Good morning, everyone. I thought I'd take you out and show you my morning chores with my chicks. But first, I've got to douse myself with some of this. I hate putting this junk on, but the mosquitoes are fierce. Can't take it. I wear separate clothes when I come out. Hi, Oliver. Do my chores because they're covered in bug spray, and just don't want that crap on my body all day long. So I put separate clothes on, spray myself down, and then I go back in the house and change. It's awful, absolutely awful. So I've been starting I don't know if you can't see the mosquitoes that are swarmed around this door. Oh, it's awful. So I just leave their feeders out in the yard now when I put them up at night, because they're supposed to have food for 12 hours on and 12 hours off, and then that way mosquitoes are attacking my face. I fill their feeders out here in the yard, and then I let them out, because otherwise they attack me. I mean, not like viciously or anything, but they just want to get to the food so bad. Alright. Alright, here we go. Look at them. Look how big they're getting. Oh my goodness. So there's one more feeder inside the brooder house, and I'll go fill it. And I gotta make sure their water is working properly. It's full. And I'll take a couple of their small waters later this morning. I'll come back out and put them out here. But okay, I'm gonna go finish filling their feeders, and get out of here because the mosquitoes drive me nuts. Bag of food is almost gone. Thankfully I have a spare in the house. I have to have Travis bring it out later. Yeah, there's one more feeder in there, and I'll fill it and turn their light off and get back in the house out of these mosquitoes. So I'll be back later. I've been grounded since last week. This is my expedition that I drive, and it is off the ground. Oliver, I'm talking here. Last week when I was going to the feed store, I went to stop at the stop sign and my brakes went out. Thankfully they didn't go completely out and I was able to get stopped, but I had to turn around and come back home. So anyway, my husband, he fixes everything. So he took the wheels off, and it was a brake line, and so that's rude, Oliver. So anyway, he changed the brake line, but in the process of changing the brake line, he noticed, and I don't know what these parts are called, I am not mechanically inclined at all, but this thing here is very rusty and starting to get thin. And then this one here It's got a rust hole right there. And he said if I was driving down the road and these things broke, then I would lose control of my steering and I would crash. So he said, while I've got the wheels off, I'm going to order those parts and change them. And they're just as bad on the other side as well. But the front end, they're not rusty at all. Oliver! Which is kind of weird, I think. But anyway, so now we're waiting on the parts to get here. He ordered the parts on Sunday, and they're coming from California. And I have co-op on Tuesday, and so I'm sure hoping they get here this weekend, or at least by the latest on Monday, so that he can fix this truck. It won't take him all that long to fix it once they get here. He's already, gotten the bolts all loosened and everything, so he just basically has to take the old stuff off, put the new stuff on, put the tires back on. If they don't get here, I'm going to have to figure out another way to get to my co-op class, because I'm a teacher, I can't miss. So anyway, I'm going to go out and do the rest of my chores and let the ducks out, make sure they have food and water, and then I'm going to go back in the house and have some breakfast. So I'll be back later. Wanted to show you this thing that I added to my decor. These Christmas lights. I got this idea from Holly from Frugal Canadian Coupon Mom. I believe that's her YouTube name. In her kitchen, she had Christmas lights. They were the icicle kind, the kind that dangle in different levels, different lengths, and she had them hanging somehow from her kitchen cupboards, like from here down. And her kitchen cupboards were taller, or I'm not sure exactly how she had them attached, but she kind of used them like a nightlight in her house, and I just thought it looked really pretty at night with those Christmas lights going. So I thought it was so pretty, and I thought, well, how can I adapt something like that into my house? Well, there was no way I could put anything up above my island because it would just get in the way and be hitting our heads on it and stuff all the time. So I thought about this mailbox. Let me turn the light on so you can see it better. My niece, who's a very good artist, painted this mailbox for me. And on this side is the rooster, and on the other side, let me see if I can turn it, is a hen with 2 chicks, and that's to represent, the rooster is my husband Scott, and then myself and my 2 kids. And then my brother, I gave him the money for the material, and he built the wooden stand. And I think he did a beautiful job. I don't know if you can see the detailing on this wood right here. And I just use it as part of my home decor, and I wrap seasonal garland around it. And now I think I'm going to just leave these lights on here all year round, and it adds light at night for whoever needs to come to walk through here. If the kids need to go to the bathroom or whatever. And it's just, I think it makes it look really, really cozy. So thank you, Holly, for that idea. I thought I'd take a few minutes to just chat with you a minute while my coffee is brewing over there. I did grocery shopping yesterday, and as you saw outside, my truck is incapacitated. So the way we had to do it was when my husband got home from work, he took me grocery shopping. Now, every month we go to Costco on a Friday night, and it's kind of our date night, and we have a great time. But taking him grocery shopping with me from our weekly or bi-weekly groceries was different. Let me just put it that way. Well, he was tired. He gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work, and then he worked all day, and he got home, and then he had to turn right around and take me shopping. Now, I could have just taken the car and went by myself, but he went with, which was nice. And he wasn't like unbearable or anything like that. He was just, he kind of messed up my groove, if you know what I mean. It's like I have a certain way I do my grocery shopping. I have a certain way that I, you know, park the car. I have a certain way that I get the cart. And, you know, they always offer the hand wipes to wipe off the handles of the carts. And so I always do that, especially this time of year when the kids are back to school and we're starting to head into fall and winter and flu season. I like to, you know, every little bit helps, I think, in preventing sickness. And I have a certain way that I go through the store, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to browse and look around as much as I normally do because he just doesn't have patience for that. And his style of shopping is he has in his mind or on a list what he's going to get. He goes directly to that spot in the store, gets what he wants, goes to the cash register, leaves. I, on the other hand, I start at one end of the store and I pretty much go through the whole store. Unless there's departments like the sporting goods department and that kind of stuff that I have absolutely no interest in or need of anything from there, you know, I skip those parts. But, you know, sometimes, you know, I try to have a pretty extensive list when I go to the store. But then there's times when I'll see something and I'm like, oh yeah, I need that, and it wasn't on my list, and so I'll pick it up. And yeah, there wasn't really much any of that yesterday. He's like, come on, let's go. No browsing, no browsing. Where do we all need to go next? And my daughter Olivia went with us, and Olivia and I were looking at each other like, oh boy. Because Olivia has gone shopping with me, and she knows, and she, you know, she's a girl / almost woman. She's 16. I don't know. Can you consider them a woman when they're 16? Young woman. And she kind of shops the way I do. You know, she likes to look at things and see what's new in the store and, you know, stuff like that. And she's gone shopping with her dad when he goes Christmas shopping for me. He and Olivia go. And she told me, Mom, he just goes straight to where he's going and gets something, and then we move on to the next spot. We don't look around at all. So anyway, I'll have to say, I did get my shopping done in a lot less time yesterday, but I was pretty frazzled by the time I got home because it's like I was in one aisle and I was trying to remember, I was trying to think about Travis and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I was trying to think about what we still had in the freezer as far as lunch items go because we had just gone to Costco. And I was just standing there and I was thinking in my head, you know, what, you know, like doing an inventory in my head, and Scott's like, come on, let's go, what's the holdup? And I'm like, I'm thinking, give me a minute. So anyway, by the time we got home, I was like, oh, kind of frazzled, and it was late, and we were all really hungry, and so I did not do a grocery haul. And I don't know, you guys give me some feedback on this. I go grocery shopping twice a month, Costco once a month. So in a month, that's 3 grocery hauls. And my grocery hauls do get the most views, but I feel like they're kind of repetitive sometimes because I am very much a creature of habit. You know, just like I was describing my trip to the grocery store. I do things a certain way every time. I pretty much buy the same things every time. Like we know what we like. I know what items don't have milk in them. I know what my kids like. I know what my husband likes. And so I just buy the same things all the time. And so I, you know, wonder in the back of my head if my hauls are starting to get boring to you that watch my hauls all the time. If maybe I should just do one grocery haul a month plus my Costco haul. I'll always do my Costco haul because people I think really enjoy those, and it's only once a month. Let me know. Let me know, do you like seeing 2 grocery hauls plus a Costco haul a month? Or would one a month be okay? Or just one every so often? Let me know. I know I'll do hauls if I'm buying something different and something I think you might be interested in, a new product or craft supplies or things like that. I can't really do a whole lot on Christmas shopping hauls because my daughter does watch my videos The only thing I could really do with those is kind of like I did with my Hobby Lobby haul, where I do a separate video and I tell her not to watch. And if you would like to do that, I can do that as well if you're interested in what I get my family for Christmas. So anyway, my coffee's done. It has now been 6 minutes. So I am going to eat my breakfast and move on with my day, and I'll bring you along. So I'll be back later, friends. When I'm trying to read the book to the kids, these 3 crazy dogs get up in my lap. Okay. One of the things we picked up at Walmart yesterday was this little sombrero, and it's meant for dogs. And it was so cute, and it was only it was under $2. So we got it, and we're going to attempt a photo shoot with Pepper. That one that's so loud, and Sally. So let me get them wrangled around and we'll see what we can do. Okay, stay. Hi, Del. They're so cute. Oh my goodness, they love lettuce. Oh, look at her. So here's my lunch today. I'm having a wrap, and I'm using these premium wraps that I got from Costco, the Angelic brand, and these are really, really good wraps. If you ever get a chance to get some at your Costco, I highly recommend them. So on this wrap I have some honey mustard dressing, my homemade honey mustard dressing, some lettuce, and some fried ham. I'm strange, I don't like my lunch meat cold. I always heat it up on the stove, fry it up a little bit before I eat it. Then I've got some organic grapes here, and I'm going to have a few of these reduced fat chips, Cape Cod. We got those also at Costco, and those are also very good. I like the reduced fat because you can really tell they're a lot less greasy. I don't like greasy chips. And then I am having a glass of ice water, and I put a packet of this True Lime powder in it. And so that's what I'm having for lunch today. This is what happens when I get up from my chair. I lose it to these cutie pies. What are you guys doing? Pepper, why did you steal my seat? It's actually that one that stole my seat. And she's already sleeping. You're so cute. And Miss Lucy, she's over here sleeping. Here's my chalkboard quote of the week. The eyes of the Lord are everywhere, keeping watch on the wicked and the good. Proverbs 15:3. I love Proverbs. It's my favorite book in the Bible. There's so much wisdom in that book. I would highly suggest everybody read it. And here's my other little chalkboard. It's also a Proverbs quote, Proverbs 9:10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And fear in this case does not mean like being afraid of God. It means honoring Him and respecting Him. Alright, I'm going out to water my ducks. I noticed this morning they could use a little bit more water, but at the time I didn't have time to do it, so I'm gonna go water them. Hi, Pepper. And then in a little while I'm gonna let Virginia out of her pen so she can have some time to be out in the grass. I don't know if you can hear that I don't know if it's picking it up, but the machinery, the farmers all around us are starting to harvest their corn. Hey, sweet Virginia. Here she is. Hi, girly. But anyway, the dogs go bonkers every time they hear the tractors and the semis and the combines and everything. So it's been a very loud morning at our house. It's really hard to fill water things and film at the same time. But this is that whiskey barrel thing that we got at a garage sale for $1. There's one in there, and I've got one in their pen over there. And they're working out really well. They're made out of a really thin plastic, so I have to put them up for the winter. But for the summer and fall, they're doing great. I filled those water pans over there. The ducks are enjoying them. And then I gotta change this. Look how gross that is. And that's just like from a day before yesterday. I filled that out and I cleaned it out and refilled it. It's amazing how disgusting the water gets in such a short period of time. But I really don't want to fill it every single day because it'll tax our well too much. They're doing good, but they're still molting. You see all those feathers in there? It's crazy. Hopefully they'll be done before it gets cold. Look at all the mud in the bottom of there. And I'm telling you, it does not smell very good. They like to dig in the mud from the water when I dump the pools out. So funny. Okay, got the watering done. Now I'm going to walk over and see if my chicks need more food, which they probably do. And then I'm going to walk over to my dad's and see if I can borrow his car on Tuesday if my truck is still incapacitated. And hopefully that won't be a problem because I don't know what I'm going to do then if he can't let me borrow his car. But he will. He'll let me if he can. So, well, they're not completely out. But I guess I'll give him a couple of scoops. I'll show you, after I feed the chickens, I'll show you the combine across the road. Okay, give him some more food. Look how big they're getting compared to my hand. They're as bigger than my hand. And they are 4 weeks old. As of yesterday, 4 weeks old. You can see the combine and the truck. Combining the fields. And then there's a big semi truck there that they've dumped the grain into. barn cats had kittens, and they're so friendly. She had 7 of them. If anybody lives in the northern Indiana area and wants a very nice cat, you're trying to find homes for these little guys. They're very friendly. Yes, you're so cute. You're so cute. Hi, little precious. Hi, little precious. You're so cute. You're so cute. Oh, I wish I wasn't allergic. I wish I wasn't allergic to these babies. Those empty cornfields look so much like fall. Really reminds me of fall. Reminds me that it is fall, I should say, even though it's still really warm. Okay, I did get these 2 jars at Walmart yesterday, and as you can see, one has got cornmeal in it and one has got coconut flour in it. I got the cornmeal and the coconut flour at Fresh Thyme. It's a farmer's market / health food store, and I needed some jars to put them in, so I got these at Walmart and they fit perfectly. Now I'll keep the cornmeal in my refrigerator because I don't use it that often and cornmeal can go rancid, but then I'll just keep the coconut flour up in the cupboard. Alright, I am in the process of making supper. We are having lasagna for supper tonight, and I thought since I already had the cheese grater out and I was working on grating cheese for the lasagna, I thought I would throw together some hamburger bun pizzas, little miniature individual pizzas, to put in the freezer. Now I got this idea from 2 different YouTubers, and I've done this before, so it's not like I've never heard of it before, but they just brought this back to my memory to do. And that is Michelle from Mission Nate and Holly from Frugal Canadian Coupon Mom. And so they both make hamburger bun pizzas, and their family really likes them, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be using this pizza squeeze pizza sauce, mozzarella cheese, and turkey pepperoni. And I'm just going to put these together, cook them in the oven for a little bit till the cheese is melted, and then once they're cool I'll get them put in the freezer. look what we have down here. They are expecting a pepperoni too. Aren't ya, girls? You want a pepperoni? You want a treat? You want a treat? Oh, do you want a treat? Okay, just a minute. So for our lasagna, I'm sure everyone pretty much knows how to make lasagna, so I'll just show you the ingredients I'm using. But in this bowl I have a mixture of some shredded mozzarella cheese, 1 farm fresh egg, some parsley, some garlic, and cottage cheese. Now, if you don't like cottage cheese, you can omit cottage cheese and you can use any other kind of cheese you want. But my family likes cottage cheese in their lasagna. These are the lasagna noodles I'm going to be using. And these are not the no boil kind, but all you have to do is just add a little bit extra water to your sauce and they'll cook fine in the oven. You don't have to pre-cook them. And then over here on the stove I have browned a pound of ground sausage, and this is the sausage that we bought from my friend who did the non-GMO pork, and this is delicious pork. I'm really excited about us raising our own pigs next year because there's just nothing like farm-raised, home-raised meat. It just tastes so much better. So we've got this sausage, it's already browned. I'm just going to heat it up a little bit more, and then to that I'm going to add this jar of organic marinara sauce that we got from Costco. So I'll be back when I get all of this stuff ready to assemble. Forgot to mention that I also have here shredded up on this plate some mozzarella cheese, a mixture of mozzarella cheese and a mixture of Colby Jack cheese. Okay, so here it is before it goes in the oven. I had to grate some more cheese because I ran out, and my family really likes their lasagna cheesy. And obviously, because of all of the dairy products in this, I will not be eating this for supper. I'll fix myself a salad or something else. And then now the pizza, little mini pizzas, they've come out of the oven, and they look really good. And all they'll have to do is pull them out of the freezer and pop them back in the oven to warm them up when they want them for lunch. So I'm going to get this in the oven, and it will bake at 350 degrees for 45 minutes covered in foil, and then I'll take the foil off and let it cook until it's golden brown and bubbly. And when it's time for dinner, I'll show you what it looks like. To go with the lasagna, I'm going to be making some garlic bread, and I'm using some hot dog buns that were starting to get stale, so I threw them in the freezer, and then the rest of those hamburger buns that I was using to make the pizzas. So in this bowl, I have 2 cubes of the garlic. Let me get it out of the freezer and show you what it is. It's this crushed garlic. And 1 cube equals 1 clove. And then I'm going to add some softened butter and mix that up and then brush it on here. So let's get to it. Okay, so here's the family supper. Lasagna is all done, and we're having garlic bread buns, garlic buns, and I'm having peanut butter and jelly toast and a banana because I am not all that hungry and I can't eat this. So we're going to enjoy our supper, and I'm going to be taking some of this over to my dad and my brother because my dad is not doing well with his radiation treatments. They're really making him not well. So I'm going to get this food over to them so they can have a good supper tonight. Okay friends, I think I'm going to close the vlog out here. Hope you enjoyed watching my day, and if you did, give it a video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to comment below about your preferences as far as my grocery hauls go, and I will take everyone's opinion into consideration. So we'll talk to you later, friends. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye!